Ta-da! She's on my back. I'm back. All right, so here we are, people. We're gonna move the blue, well, like I said, they call it the blue snowball. I don't understand why they call it that. So if anybody wants to tell me, I am happy to hear it. So good morning. Happy Saturday. But, you know, days, what do they matter? We wake up, yay. Thank you very much. Send up all of the gratitude. Otherwise, whatever you want to call the day, just call it a day. You know, we're the ones who made up all that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday crap. Or lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Huh? So we made all that up. Okay. Here we go. 10 a.m. basics when quarantine passed. I like that request. Guys, who knows? Who knows what we're going to look like when the stay-at-home passes? So let's not get like super attached to anything, right? All that impermanence, we got to wear it, we got to live it, we got to slide into it, slip out of it, because who knows what's going to be regular and normal anymore. All right, so I am checking in on the Book of Face to make sure, kind of doing my mic check, and it looks like we are up, and so I'm gonna sit down for a minute, because that was why I wanted to do it, was to be able to be like, oh, I'm connected to you guys, and I can see you all, and here we are. I'm just rambling now, right? 1 more minute, it says. Look at me, I'm early. Man, look at what the COVID apocalypse has done for us all. It has actually made me be on time, right? What's up with that? All right. So, good morning. Feel free to let me know how you feeling. Let me know that you're here. Sound off. Whew, Saturday morning. Does it feel the same? Does it feel the same as though, like, for the week you've put in so much and you kind of slide into your mat on Saturday with relief? Or are you carrying some ease because you're getting so much practice at home? Let's see. Morning, Kelly. You could feel free to post a picture of that new puppy of yours if you wanted to. Good morning, Amelia. Good to see you. Well, I see names, okay? So yeah, are you feeling like it's a weekend? What does a weekend even feel like anymore? What does downtime feel like? What does self-care feel like? Everything's gotten reshuffled, the whole deck. All right, I'm checking in. Good morning, Cosette, and nuh-uh. Did I see Mr. McKissick? Namaste. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so I did another live before while I was setting up, and I hope that you guys can see that I was deciding that I want to showcase some stuff, you know, give you guys a feeling of home. And so this is a print that was made by Randy Richards. And it says, in case you can't see it, I don't have Zoom ability. I'm gonna like up this techno game, don't you worry. You don't need to measure up, you just need to show up. And I know that I've been looking at, am I feeling like I need to compare myself to others? What are other people doing out here on the webs? What are people doing with their self-care? How are people staying connected? Don't send me no more apps, okay? I don't want to Happy Dance, Polo Mark, no more. I just need to disconnect. All right. Any requests? Any requests? I've got Shaylin, Casey, Kendra. You got a chance to give me some requests of how you want to move. Otherwise, you know, you're just going to watch Belinda on your screen doing whatever it is that she cooks up in her mind body. But I'm happy to connect with your mind body. All right. So let's feel out where we are. I'm going to, we're going to get up. So let's go ahead and start to get up. And find your mat. As you know, because I cross-post this onto YouTube, Facebook isn't as caring about this, it doesn't seem. But I keep music off in the studio while I'm talking to you guys and while we're teaching, so as not to have to get into any copyright issues. So it's been all right to have that silent time, but if you want to turn on some jams, turn on some jams. Share with me what jams you're tuning to. Maybe I'll make a playlist based on what y'all send. I like that. I like that. All right, I'm going to come onto my mat, feel my feet, work out the hips a little. Just say hello to the body, a little bit of side to side. Working the wrists, working the arms, the shoulders, just checking it, got that neck. And then stand and find my mountain. So I'm facing in the direction that you guys normally would be facing. The tree doesn't have any white flowers yet. I won't let you guys miss that, okay? So in case we're all still, hibernating and the tree does its thing, I'll let you know. All right. Maybe close the eyes. Try not to lock the knees. Stand in ourselves. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it present. But today, let's keep it moving. I know I felt a little cooped up, so part of me wants to just keep it moving. And I'm going to breathe in and reach up. Exhale, twist it open. You choose your direction. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, twist it open. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, take it forward. Remember, you can keep those knees bent. You can have your legs wide. Rolling the spine up, lifting our head last. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, splitting it open. Inhale, be soft. Exhale, let's split. Breath in, let's slow the roll. Even reminding myself. Exhale, taking it forward. Breathe in and lift the chest up halfway. Exhale, let it go. Hands to the floor or your block. We'll step that right foot back foot flat. Walk your way up. Working the hips a little side to side. Feel what's going on. Sink in the hips. Maybe keep your hands here. Maybe we lift up. Maybe not. Maybe we don't feel that stable yet. Let's split it open. Good. Breathe in. Exhale, split it open. Breathe in. Bend that front leg. Bring the hands down. Step the back leg up. Trade it out. Step that left leg back. Back foot flat. Maybe widen that stance. Walk your way up for support or ask your core and your spine to lift you. Breath, soften the shoulders. Feel out those hips. Feel your breath. Hey, gotta train. Okay, so it's real now. It's real when we got the train. Let's breathe in. Split it open if you lifted those arms. Breath in. Split it open. Good. Breathe in. And bring the hands down. Step the back leg up. Roll the spine up. Inhale. I'm going to turn and face you. You don't have to move. Exhale, side bend. Inhale it up. Let's reach. Exhale, side bend. Inhale it up. Let's reach. Let's find the tippy toes. Good. Lower the heels down, let it go. Let's go ahead and grab opposite elbows. Let that upper body hang. While we're here, maybe play with shifting back and forth in those legs. What's the fullest breath we can have? Release the arms, bend the knees, sink the butt back, lift the chest. Now those hands can stay here. We can work the tailbone a little, rocking, breath. Feel the strength inside of us. Reach behind your back. You can hold a strap, maybe a block, or a belt or a towel. Collarbones first, just work. See what wants to open. And let's straighten, lift the chest. Full breath, calm breath. Let's see if we can go back to a chair. Bending the knees, pulling the butt back, lifting the arms. Maybe work the neck here. Breath. Coming back up to standing, hips forward. Offer your heart to the heavens. And then bring yourselves forward. And then you let those arms go when you're ready. You bend those knees as much as you want to. Release those arms down. Remember, we don't have to measure up. We're just going to show up and feel and be and accept. Find all of the love in that space. Going to step the right foot back. Making our way up, maybe with support. Maybe just chesting in. How stable am I today? How rocked did I get this week? Can I let that go? Can I distance myself mentally from the crap that's outside and know that it doesn't enter here? Do not enter sign. Put that force field up, y'all. Breath in. Let's split it open. Good. Bring that right hand down. Maybe put a block, a stool, a body right here. And twist. That hand can rest right here. Sink in the legs. Trust the legs. The more you're trying to hold yourself up, we're showing that we don't trust those legs. Breath. And that's not fair. They've carried you so far on your journey. Good. We'll bring the hands down. Step the back leg up. Take your time. Step that other leg back. Choose how you want to come up. Your warrior, your stance. How are you standing in your warrior? What warrior are you greeting today? And you can have a whole army of different warriors, and you're sliding into that suit today. Or you're calling them forth today. And we'll breathe in, relax the shoulders, feel your spine. Move any way you want, okay? We're here to feel. Like, oh, how does my pelvis feel? Don't lose the baby toe. Splitting it open, feeling the twist, the wringing out within us while we're standing firm. Big breath. Let's go ahead and bring that left arm down. Remember I said you could have a block here. I'm going to use my fingertip stilts and twist. You can have this arm open. You could turn the gaze up. Or, if that's uncomfortable, looking down. Maybe resting that hand on your hip. First time here today, I'm just going to massage my low back. Ooh, because, haven't been able to get a massage. Ooh, the things that are going to get filled up, right? When and if and how we get released from this stay at home, massages, that hair, right? Those nails, I know some of y'all need to get your nails did. We'll bring the hands down, step that back leg up. Half flat back breath in, forward fold breath out. Go ahead and spread the toes. Maybe go ahead and thread your fingers in between your toes. Wake up your feet. Thank your feet. And we'll roll the spine up. I'm going to take this left arm across, hooking under it, maybe just a little hug. Twist when you're ready as far as you would like. Notice the area of the body that's talking. And for me, it's all up here. I feel a little bit down in this hip. Now I'm going to try to aim those hips forward so that I'm isolating right here, standing firm and solid in my legs. And release, taking that right arm across, giving it a nice little hug. Now, if you're not in a hugging mood and you're more in a latch and hold mood, you can hook underneath of that arm. Just try to be kind to this elbow joint. So I'm going to come above that elbow. Drop this shoulder and twist. And you can work the neck in there. Breath. Notice if you start to take suggestions that I say, like, oh, and you could do this or you could do that. Start to notice if in your mind you went, oh, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that was a part of yoga. And let's release. And we'll bring the arms back behind us. Find an interlace and just lift the wrists. Yoga is connecting. And that's for you to explore. What do I want to connect with? What responds to my mind? What feels good? What feels bad? I'm going to bend my knees, send my hips forward, open the chest, breathe in this space, and get familiar with the feelings in my neck, my collarbone. I'll back off if that was a bit extreme. Yet again, you could work your neck, saying, I don't need anybody's permission. Breath, and then bring yourselves forward. Notice I've got my legs a little wider apart. My knees are bent, softening the experience in the backs of my legs. In my low back. Choosing to release those arms when I'm ready. You can hang out there if you want. Rolling the spine up, lifting the head loud. Finding this mountain, standing in it firm. So choose, reposition your legs, okay? I'm going to come in a little bit closer. Feels good, I'm ready to stand in it. My back is a little bit ready for it. If you prefer a wider base, go ahead. Our thighs are a different shape. Our knees are in a different condition. Our feet have a different relationship. So feel that out. I want to make sure my weight is even. Do I even know? I don't know. Working out the hips, trying to find a balanced space in my pelvic bowl. Growing tall through my ribs, offering the front of me. Walking, uninhibited, shining. I'm not pulling it back. I'm lifting it up. I'm going to bring my weight into my left leg. I'm going to start with a kickstand tree. First time really opening these hips in this direction. We've had this neutral lengthening. Now I'm opening this hip. Try not to sag and get sassy, and I like sass, but trying to ask the bones in the body to hold itself with the most equilibrium, asking everything to hold its part, okay? Maybe bring your foot up to the calf. Now, we have less surface matter on the earth to give us stability. So my left foot is saying, hey, wait a minute, you didn't ask me about that. And now it's settling in, saying, okay, I think I'm ready. I'm feeling the calf, ankle bones, my knee. I'm going to soften that a little. I was jamming it back, so I got a little cushion. Standing, breathing. I'm just going to stay here for now. I'm noticing all that's going on, the reactions that my body has against gravity. And is it real snappy, panicky reactions? How do I soften that experience and say, oh, if I have a reaction, hey, and then bring myself back up. Breath. Calmest, smoothest breath. And I'm going to release out of that and come to my mountain. Feeling this leg easing. Try not to rush or react to that release. And now I'm actually going to shake that out a little bit because that leg was saying, hey, talking to you. All right, so thank you for all that support. Whew. We're gonna find the other side. Kickstand. The kickstand really lets us explore, can I accept support, right? How silly would it feel for anybody who rides a bike? How silly would it feel if you said, you know what, today I'm gonna put my training wheels on. And you'd be like, oh, you know, I'm a grown person riding down the street with training wheels. But that's what this is like right now, saying, I'm okay with that. I'm all right. I ain't ashamed of it, you know? Some people use a cane just to look good, but then you got it in the moment when you need that support. It's about support. And then accessing what that support let me do, and that's letting me really just work on opening this hip. Lets me also look at my mind and say, hey mind, because my mind is already judging and saying, but I can do a fancier tree. You ain't gotta do nothing fancy. Right, if you want to play, you can go down, come back up. If you're feeling confident and solid, it's even less about your inner confidence, but is your body ready for you to say, hey, I can actually stand and lift a little bit more because my support is there. I am steady. Breath. Because we get that confidence from steadiness, from knowing that we're grounded, that we're rooted, that we have solid support. We got backup. And then I'm going to bring that leg down. I'm going to hold in that mountain. Feel all that work here. Actually, this upper part of this leg was doing more work than on this leg. It was more on the lower side. All right, if we need to shake that out, we'll shake that out. All right, we're going to add this now into a bit of a flow. I'm going to turn. You guys stay where you are if you want. We're just up at the top of the mat. You want to breathe in and lift. Choose how wide those legs are. Feel your torso lifting off the bottom body. And then we're going to take it forward. Remember, bend those knees. I'm going to have my knees now starting to straighten a bit. The backs of my legs have warmed up enough, letting me get in a little bit deeper. Oh, my back is a little bit better about this. Bending the knees, lifting the chest, chair, breath in, breath out. Maybe lifting the arms, maybe not. Coming all the way up. Gonna do this left leg. Tree, whatever tree you want. Maybe you've got other people in your house and y'all can hold hands. Give each other that support. Let those branches hold one another. Ooh, maybe you lift, maybe you don't. Bringing that leg down for a moment. And then I'm going to step. Your hands can be wherever you need. Take as many steady, slow steps as you want. Finding a bit of a lunge. Trying to sit upright. No sharp movements. Don't knock yourselves over. And then we're going to spin that flat. Now, if you're new with practicing with me, your alignment, you want to take this back heel and draw a line for a capital T back here. All right? Going to turn these hips this way. Use those hands. Massage, feel. Shoulders. Maybe straightening and sinking. Straightening and sinking. Face is soft. Acceptance. How do we wear acceptance? Remember, not trying to measure up. I've already shown up and I'm here to observe and feel inside of me. Sink. Lifting my chest, maybe reaching those arms. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Breath, straighten. Now I'm not going to lock those knees, okay? So I'll demonstrate the lock. I really don't like doing that, so I'm going to keep it a little soft here. Work the hips. Ooh, a little side to side. Feeling my low back on one side over here. Good. Send this hip that way as though you were pulling a rope. Reach that upper body. Let that arm come down. You can look down. Breath in, breath out. So make sure you're not reaching. Just accept where the torso wants to stop. This hand can be here. Triangle. Breath in. Breath out. Feel your wobbles and your sway. Breath in. Bringing yourself back up. Bend this knee. Good. I'm going to bring my hands down, maybe to a block or a chair. You can take as many steps as you like with this back leg. So you can make your way up, or you can try to work on one solid step. Bending the knees. My legs are separate now. Feet are apart, knees are apart. Scooping that tailbone under. Ooh, weights in my heels, almost tipping back. Breath. Coming up to standing, finding a nice, quiet, solid moment. Tree on the other side. Choosing where I want to be with my tree. I'm going to bring this foot up toward my groin. Try to avoid pressing that foot against the knee joint, okay? Try not to apply pressure on a knee sideways. Breath. How solid can I make this leg to support the pressing? How much can I feel myself still committed to growing? How committed are all of us to continuing to grow? It ain't over. Breath. Treat each breath like that. A commitment to growing, to learning, to expanding. And we'll bring that foot down for a moment. Just take a moment. Be present in standing on 2 feet. Now we're going to step this right leg back. Now, just like I showed on the other side, you can take little steps. Maybe you want to test out this leg and see how long you can make that step solid in this leg. So we're exploring and growing. We're not competing, not doing any sort of performance improvement plan, right? You are in you. And we're accepting and forgiving, learning. Ooh, learning something. Guess what? We don't know. All right, I'm going to spin this foot flat, but because my back is to you guys, I'm going to turn and face you now. So I'm on that same leg. So maybe your hips are like, I don't want to bend it that deep. Don't. Start to listen to your limits. We're learning. And we say, oh, my hips and pelvis are like, no. And that's where you stay. We stay right there, okay? My hips are starting to say, hey, all right, we did a little bit of this yesterday. I'm ready to find out where I want to be today. And in an hour, that may change. My hips might be like, yo, that's enough of that. And I have to listen, okay? I got nothing to prove by doing 10,000 warrior twos at my deepest. Actually, that's like really disrespectful of my body. So we can straighten and bend, straighten and bend. And then what do we accept about ourselves when we learn, oh, that's a limitation, or my hips don't like this, or your body likes to move in a way that others might even say is like not alignment appropriate. Bump that. Nobody gets to tell you how to be in the skin you're in. Okay? Actually, I was quite offended at the memes that are going on, or what was it, a story or something like that, saying, put pants on when you go pick up your mail. Psh, my body. I'll wear my birthday suit. All right, we're going to work the hips. Work the hips. I would truly go to jail for going outside naked. I don't care. All right, send this hip, reach. Breath. Feel. Learn. There's nothing inappropriate about who we are and how we were made and how we have arrived at this day. I am banged up, dinged up, patched up, got trauma wounds that are stitched up, some of them still leaking, but shoot, I am here. We're going to bend this knee and then bring the hands down. Let's go ahead and bring this knee down and step the other knee back. Feel out those hips, maybe working the hips a little side to side. Can work a little cat and cow, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. I'm going to root into this left arm. Now, if your wrists are sensitive, make a fist and rest on your knuckles here. And we'll twist. Now, you don't have to look at that hand. You can look down. Now, notice if your weight is forward or back. I will say one good thing about the camera is that it makes me be able to see, make sure I'm demoing as well as I can, right? So here, I'm way too far back. Here, I'm going to come forward. Breath, open, offer. And then I'll bring this hand down and I'm going to twist. So try to keep your chest over your thumbs, keeping your weight balanced and even over your limbs. Can I fill up my back in between my shoulder blades with my breath? Good, now bring that hand down and a child's pose. Gonna widen these knees, sinking the hips back. Now you could always rest with your chin in your hands, like so. But you're home, okay, so usually that's an offer if we feel as though we want to be sure that we can see folks around in the room. But you're home, so if you feel like you can trust letting your head come down, maybe you just stack your palms and let your forehead rest. Sinking the hips back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let go of all of that working we just did. And feel the benefits, the residual energy of what we just moved. What did we move out? What did we move in? What did we rearrange? Physically, emotionally, energetically. Let's come on forward. Now really spread the palms wide. Yeah, really spread them wide. Palms are shoulder width apart. I want to first just feel my arms accepting body weight. I'm going to tuck the toes. See how many toes I can feel are actually flipping under and trying to stretch and support me. I'm going to stand in these arms. Don't sag in them. Stand up in them. Now I'm going to see if I can just lift my knees and breathe. Feel the bone structure under my flesh supporting me. And bring those knees down. Untuck the toes, coming up to standing. Hips over my knees, that's all. Hips over my knees, opening my shoulders, tucking the chin down. And try to grow tall from the waist. Okay, I'm going to bring the hands back down. Tug the toes. And then see about lifting the knees another inch. Maybe another inch. Now, how much can you let your head go here? Feel your arms and your legs supporting you. Feel the rest of your body trusting. Fullest breath. And then bring those knees down. We'll come back up onto those knees. Let's work the wrists a little. Flare the fingers too. Change direction. Wake it up. Wake it up. Right, I'm going to bring my hands to the low back once again. I've got 2 or 3 inches of space here in between the inner thighs. Hips forward, chest up, and maybe try to pull my chest in the direction of the ceiling. Letting my belly breathe. Don't go too deep. If that back is pinching, back off. Let the energy be upward, upward. Okay, we're going to bring the hands down once again. When my palms are ready, my wrists, try to use the whole surface of each digit. They're a part of the support structure. Tucking the toes, knees up, maybe more, maybe more. Now, I'm going to pull my butt up, tilt the tailbone up, and try to just slide my head down in between the arms. Just let the head go, no matter what your shape looks like for this downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then let's walk it out. Pedal it out. Breath in. Breath out. Don't dig into the heels of your wrists. Use the whole palm. Ask, slide, press forward. Breathe. Take a moment, one more moment. What are you feeling? Where are you feeling it? Have you felt it before? How is it making you emotionally feel? Can I grow? Where can I grow? Right here. And bring those knees down. Good. Let's come on down to a seated space. Now you can sit cross-legged. You can sit on a block. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a block and sit on that block. So sitting on the block helps take some pressure out of the hips, take some pressure off of the knees. You could also just sit on the block with your legs out and still let you allow for the spine to sit up nice and tall, okay? Takes a little bit of less work out of the core and the spine. Ease and steadiness for anyone who's practiced with me at all. Sthira Sukha. If we're not practicing ease and steadiness in our yoga practice, in our asana practice, then we're likely punishing ourselves and not practicing. And then we can digest that, not as a judgment, but yet another space for growth. I'm going to bring this left hand up in between my shoulder blades. And I'm going to grab this elbow and just sit up tall. I want to focus on trying to let my tummy expand. And breathe. Maybe a little side bend. Karma's perturbed. I hear her kind of little barking, so don't be surprised if you start to hear her bark. Breath in. Breath out. Bring it back. I'm going to let that go. Just a few shoulder rotations. Changing my direction. Good. All right, I'm going to take this right arm, pat myself on the back, seeing if I can hold myself up. So I'm going to ask my core to hold myself up, lifting the chest, and then I'll take this other elbow. Ooh. On this side for me, I'm feeling a lot more closer to the armpit and the shoulder socket. Some tension. Fill up the belly with breath. Observe and notice. Even just feel and observe slowing down. How do we wear that? Do we wear that well? Can I wear slowing down well? Can I slide into it? Do I look good in it? Maybe a little bit of a side bend. Ooh. Breath in. Breath out. And then I'm going to bring those arms back and let that go. Ooh. Nice. Working the neck. Just a little side to side. Feeling my range. Neck rotation. Slow it down. Be in your breath. Spend some time with the vertebrae of your neck. What is the relationship that you have with each vertebrae? When's the last time you've spoken to some of them? Or are they introducing themselves for the very first time? How do we wear these vertebrae? Change your direction. Or do we just say, oh, my shoulders are like that. My neck is just like that. Or I wear all of my fill in the blank of whatever stressor, wear all of my blank in those shoulders and my neck. We just accept that as a reality, as a truth. And bring your gaze back up. I want to drop my right ear toward my right shoulder. All right, so now here's what really can be happening. Lifting that shoulder up to the ear. I want to drop that now. Sitting up tall. And let that head go. Now I'm going to bring this arm up. Sorry, wrong arm. This arm up. While I'm here, I'm going to do a few shoulder circles with this left arm. Like I'm doing the back stroke. Breath. Changing my direction. Letting the muscles in the side of this neck talk to me. I'm going to let that go, bringing the chin down, up and down. Ooh-wee. A little bit of left and right. I'm going to change the cross of my legs, so if your legs are crossed, feel free to change that cross. Sitting up. All right, I'm going to take this left ear on over to the left shoulder. One. And now I'm going to bring this left hand up by the right ear. Oh, just try to isolate this side of the neck. Breath in. Breath out. And then just start some shoulder rotations. Patient. Exploring. Greeting yourself. Greeting all that we're letting get stockpiled inside of us. And it's okay. Now's the time that we're connecting and saying, you know what? I need to open up some windows and air some stuff out. And change your direction. And that can be physical stuff, that can be emotional stuff, memory stuff, mental patterns. Good. I'm going to slowly release. And just bring that chin down and up. Ooh, feel that neck down. and up, side to side. All right, I'm going to take this block away and lengthen my legs out in front of me. Now your legs can be as wide as your mat. It's a great way to start off. Clear out fleshy bits so that you can feel the two knobby points under your butt as best you can. I don't have much cushion, so I can feel my bony plates. Pushing the backs of my legs down, pointing and flexing, waking up those feet again. Holding my spine and the muscles in my upper body accountable to holding me upright. I'm saying I choose to sit upright. I'm not just going to let gravity beat me down. No, I'm going to ask my muscles to hold me up. Ankle rotation, breath, change direction. These feet have a huge range. All we do is this, and some of us don't even really work it back and forth very much throughout the day. Because man decided to create level flooring and pavement and roads. So we don't really have to lift our feet. We don't really have to navigate much, all right? So our ankle rotations, this kind of shows us like what's going on. Can I move them? What got frozen? Because I just didn't use it. All right, I'm gonna bounce, wake up those legs a little bit. Check in one more time. These knees can be soft, so if you're super tight under here, go ahead and give those knees a little softness. Lift it up. Casey, if you're still with me, don't squeeze your thighs, all right? I'm gonna just have you try to have a softer space. Breath in, lift the chest, and we're gonna round the spine. Oh, just let that upper body droop. If you want to put a pillow here and let your head rest, let's do that. Let your tummy breathe. Feel the slowing down come inside of us. Again, wearing the slowing down. Can it fit us? What do we need to do to make it fit us? And rolling that up. Nice. I want to bring the legs in a little bit closer. Now I'm going to bring this left foot. Now oftentimes you see folks bringing that heel really close to the groin. It can be down by the knee. It's all going to depend on how much this knee and this hip want to move on you. Maybe you want to keep it down toward the calf. So give some respect. If you need, you could put a pillow or a block under this hip. So if it doesn't want to drop all the way open, you can give it support. Back to that whole support theme. Lifting up the chest, feeling this hip. So it's like sitting in a tree pose. A little bit of a twist. Breath in, breath out. So what's available to us as far as range of movement in our yoga? Keep growing tall in your upper body so our bodies can bend, so we can fold forward and backward. We can twist and revolve in both directions. Our hips can open and close or crisscross. Good, I'm going to release, and now I'm going to bring my upper body forward. Our muscles can tense or be relaxed. So we folded or bent, right? Extension or flexion. We contracted or released. We twist. And then we open, we close, or we crisscross. I'm going to bring my chest back up. So this is an open space here. What do I mean by the crisscross? If I take this leg and cross it over my midline, cross it over the midline, any sort of adduction, same with our arms, all So now we're going to keep the legs a little closer together. They don't have to be all the way together. We're going to come forward again. So again, you have this option to forgive the muscles in the backs of the legs and the calves. Maybe, if you would like, you grab your strap, a necktie, a belt, a towel, and bring your hands to the strap. Notice that my arms are still fully extended so that I can actually sit upright with the assistance of the tension, but I'm not pulling. So I'm allowing my body to stay in this shape. This is called Dandasana or staff, but I'm supported with the strap. Breath in, try to lift the rib cage, just the rib cage. Exhale, pull the chin and chest forward. Good. Now try not to tense your belly muscles. Everybody, except Casey, squeeze your thigh muscles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften your neck. Let your head go. Now softly roll your spine up. And then come back to that nice upright space, pressing the backs of the legs down, lifting the chest up. Deliberate containment and lifting in our own bodies. Breath in, pull the rib cage up. Exhale, chin and chest exaggerate. Lengthen it. Shoulders back. Good. Relax those tummies. Let the tummies balloon with breath. And what are we feeling? What are we learning? Sometimes that inner gaze and that clarity, that insight, we don't like what we see. You know, it's always wonderful when we get insight and we go, aha moment, like, oh, that's actually beautiful. But it goes two ways, right? We also get to have revealed to us things that we say, things that we do to ourselves, about ourselves, that are not kind. So start the kindness now. When you notice an unkind pattern in yourself, be kind to the noticing. Forgive. And then let's roll it back up. And we're going to set that aside. So in that folding, back to like the basics and recognizing how I fold, I'm going to find the other side, choose where I want that foot to be. Am I going too far? Am I pushing myself to an expectation, or am I accepting where I am? We are connecting with who we are as we are now, not putting a promissory note into connecting and loving who we are in the future. Bring this hand here. If you'd like, you can use a block for a little added support. Breath in and twist. That's what we're connecting with. That's what starts to give us some ease. I am who I am in the skin I'm in today. This is what love feels like today. I'm not going to delay that. This is my range of movement today. These are the shapes and folds of skin in my body today. And this is my expression of acceptance and love, compassion today. Lord knows, and we know, even more so today. Tomorrow's a promise. It ain't coming. There's only today. I'm going to release. I'm going to let my upper body come forward. Some folks like to use a strap here. I like to just let the body melt. I bring an image to my mind of that melting, so it's like a scoop of ice cream. Slowly melting on a day like today, not an 80-degree day. And observing what's going on as that process of melting is happening. I feel the process of tension. I feel the process of easing, or I feel the process of fighting. It's not static. It's constantly changing. It's changing up and down the back of this leg, A little louder here, a little louder here. Now it's shifting. It's a little less loud here and it's a little louder in the middle of the hamstring. Do we like and know the processes within us? The gradual spaces within us? All right, so that was another hip opening space. One more time for Paschimottanasana, the forward folding, feeling that out. I want to demo that with a block or a bolster because I know I brought up that you could be on one of these for a lot of our seated, right? We could have done this in the seated and still be a little more lifted. It's going to be a lot more forgiving on that hamstring if you stay in that lifted space. Sometimes we just need to find ways of being in postures where our mind can be quiet more. It's less about, well, get that body into some place. All right, so I'm going to stay here. I'm going to give a little give and come forward. Now, I gave a lot of give here under these knees because if not, I would be applying a lot of pressure backwards, unsupported, because I didn't put a blanket or anything rolled up under here to give me support. But wow, it really helps me feel the back of my neck and the shoulders. I've decreased the angle. Whew. And then we'll bring that chest up, taking our time. All right, I'm going to move that block now and come on down to a seated space. I want to face you because we talked about open, close, or neutral, and then adduction. All right, y'all. Oh, shoot. I'm yapping. Gonna have to wrap this up soon. We're gonna bring our feet together, knees open. Oftentimes, many of us hike this in, and then the back ends up feeling rounded like that. So let's work on keeping the spine in a nice erect space, and then we will accommodate where the bottom body wants to be. So those heels could be out here, okay? Now, for me, it's a little more comfortable here. Still early in the morning for me, probably in the afternoon, my body will have warmed up and those heels will come a little closer. But right now, I'm accepting where I am. I'm gonna lift this chest up. Let's work the neck again. You can hold on to your shins or ankles. I like to thread underneath because I have an access point here. And that also, as I pull up, there's a nice stretch through the front of the neck and the chest. Pressing those inner thighs open. Maybe closing those eyes. What's changing? What change can I invite? What change can I observe? And in that change, there's usually something shedding and letting go. And how am I holding space in that process? That grieving, that releasing? How am I making space for something new? New parts of me to grow, physically, emotionally. Neck rotations, if you like. Noticing what has changed. Making space for it to be different. Loving everything that's different. Finding your breath. Greeting these vertebrae in our neck again. While we're feeling the hips open, change direction. And I'm still intending my spine to grow tall. Feeling different levels of tension along different muscle sets, different lengths of those muscles. Now come the center, pull chin and chest forward. And then rolling the spine up, patient. What am I feeling in my back, my mid-back, my belly? Forward. What am I observing about the pace that I've chosen? And roll it up. Am I impatient? Oh, am I super duper slow? And do I usually like everything to be super slow? And could I change that pace? Observe any resistance to it. But I like it this way. This is the way it makes me feel, this one way that I like to feel. Yeah, well, we also are here to feel a spectrum and connect with the spectrum of what's possible and what we're capable of feeling. And hold and breathe and let go and be present and accept. And I'll bring that leg up. All right, we're going to straighten our right leg. So I talked about open hips. Neutral is legs together like so. We're going to do a little bit of adduction. We've done some up here in these arms. I had to think. Yep, we did. And I'm going to step this foot across. So I'm just crossing the midline a little bit. Okay? I'm going to keep this rooted down, this foot down. If that needs to be down toward the calf, fine. If you can bend that knee enough and your flesh can kind of fold around itself enough to bring that foot up higher, good. Let's sit up tall. Use this arm to pull that knee that way a little bit and maybe feel that stretch. Might go all the way into the side butt as well as alongside this thigh. So, in a physiological sense, what's the benefit? Get a little bit of IT bend stretch, a little bit of glute medius, sacrum, your low back. Sit up. I'm going to wrap this right arm around this knee. Maybe use that block, left hand behind you. Breath in, sit up. Keep pulling this leg to the right. Twist the chest. So here we've got a little bit of crisscross and twisting, but all at the same time. Breath in, sit up. Exhale, twist. Breath in. Breathe out, follow the breath with your mind. Breath in, follow the breath with your mind. Breathe it out, following it with your mind. Nice. And then we'll switch that out. Take that, you can massage. And now we're going to take this foot, bring this here. Find where you want to be comfortable. Clear out some flesh. Maybe just give yourself some love, some touch. I'm a huge advocate of kind of your own self-touchy yoga. Wrapping that arm. Ooh, feeling this hip. So it doesn't want me to pull it too much here on this side. Sitting up, so I'm going to respect that boundary. Breath in. Ooh, exhale, twist. Shoulders down, chest up. Letting my breath move my organs. Bringing my mind's eye into the muscles in between my rib cage. Those intercostals, give them some of my attention. Breath in. Breath out. Ooh. Nice. Ooh, my back really needed that. Just to feel some space being created and letting some energy flow in there. All right, so I've been yapping my face off, so we're going to have to come on down and start to find our resting space. But I am going to encourage us to get our block just for a quick little supported bridge, lifting the weight off of our hips. It feels as though some of us, so go ahead and lay down and get yourself ready, maybe get a block or a couple of books. Many of us have been really working a lot more on a computer or being there at home, sitting, right? And maybe you sat at your computer and then went to the couch and looked at TV, and that's your stay-at-home calisthenics. Maybe you just stayed on the couch with the laptop and worked, and then just moved to the laptop and just looked at the TV. Maybe all you're doing is everything on the laptop, got your neck bent down, looking at your Netflix and pretending to work all at the same time. Either way, your back is probably really wanting a little bit of help. So my feet are separated a few inches apart. I'm going to grab my block. I'm going to bring it to the lowest height first. I'm going to lift my hips and slide it under my back, under my low back, just above my tailbone, giving it a lot of support. Ooh. Keeping my gaze up. Working on letting my body weight just sink. Soften my shoulders. And this is a space where we just need time to gradually allow the groin and the pelvis to unclench. And in that unclenching, we notice just how much tension we have been accumulating in that area. Now, if you like, and if you have an actual block, I am going to flip my block up one more height. So I have to lift my hips off of my block. I'm going to flip it up and rest my body weight, feeling my hips, feeling my back, accept this. You can play with one leg straightening, feeling that stretch through the whole front of your body. I'm going to switch legs, maybe massaging, noticing those areas that feel tight, that taut sensation. Massage it. And then I'm going to bring that foot in. I'm going to lift my hips. And I'm going to just take the block out, but I'm going to hold my bridge. So in the bending and folding, I also forgot to acknowledge inverting as a way of positioning of the body. So head beneath the heart. And here is a really slight and gentle inversion. Lifting my heart just a little bit. Down dog is an inversion. So you don't have to do a handstand or a headstand to say, oh, that's the only legitimate inversion. That's bull. Breath. And then we'll lower those hips down. I'm going to bring those knees into the chest, counterposing. Counterposing. Rocking. If you want a child, a happy baby, feel free. A simple happy baby would be hands behind the knees, pulling those knees toward the armpit space. Some of you are able to bring your hands up to the feet. Again, that doesn't make this legitimate and this illegitimate. I'm just going to hang out here in a nice, easy hip opener, massaging my low back as I rock. And I'm going to lengthen both legs out toward the front of the mat. You know, if you've been to the studio, if you'd like to swing your legs up the wall or onto your sofa, go ahead. If your back is aggravated by laying flat on it, just go ahead and have your legs bent like this. Or you could have your legs in butterfly. Might feel a bit much on the hips, but that's up to you. The point is, find your comfort. Allow for a space of ease and comfort. Adjusting your shoulders. Maybe starting to familiarize yourself with what is comfort. Do I even know? Maybe allow the eyes to close, or you can keep your eyelids lightly open, softly. What do we see? Inside and outside, what do we see? What do we feel? How are we being? What am I learning and growing in the stillness? Because I used up so much of our time, we're going to start to come out of the Shavasana, that corpse pose. I like to stretch. Do whatever you want. Wiggle, squiggle, stretch, move about, yawn, wake things up. And then we'll roll over to one side, bringing ourselves up to sitting. Sit on that block or the cushion, whatever works for you. And take a moment in this seated space, still in the quietude of that Shavasana. Sitting in stillness, sitting in silence with the energy that you stirred up. Who are we now? What has awakened? What got to change? What got to grow? What feels a little freer because of what we let go of? A single Om if you wish to join. And the Om is said to be a seed sound that connects us to the beginning of time. Also just a space of clearing our throat, literally, feeling the vibration within us. I've been reflecting a lot now on what is the source of that sound. It isn't the vocal cords. It's coming from some source space within me. Om also is translated as the unstruck sound, so it has no beginning and it has no end. You could say home, you could sit silently. Deep breath in. Hands to the heart center. Taking a moment to hold a space of intention, of loving kindness and awareness for everyone on this earth, dealing with suffering, dealing with love, dealing with the cycles of life. Hold space. We are one. Namaste, everyone. Thanks for joining. It's always great to get together on a Saturday. Let's see who all is hanging out. Get up, Carrington. Laura, yay. Tina. Y'all, I didn't see any of this, but we did do some neck cassette. Sorry. I gotta get better about having the computer a lot closer to me. And I guess I felt like if I had the computer out in front of me and that y'all could see it, it would be distracting. But that kind of defeats the purpose of the whole reason that I moved the camera over there so that I could be here. I'm learning, all right? I'm learning, and I'm hanging out with y'all and trying to be able to serve as best I can. You can hang out. I am going to close this feed and start a new one to get ready for our Empower. So Power's going to be at 11:30. It's going to be 60 minutes. I'm going to go crank the heat, get it going, and we're going to move, all right? If you want to stick around and you've been doing basics with us, use all the modifications and everything that I've said from basics and carry that into the Power. You can pause, you can stop, you can do something as long as you want. You can do it less, you can do it more. We all get to grow in different ways. It's so amazing to see you all. Hey Kendra, thank you. Hi Elizabeth. Good, Kelly. Did you post a picture of that puppy? I want to see a picture of that puppy. All right. Hi Tracy. Thank you all again so much. Have a lovely, lovely day. Namaste.